All right, how you doing out there, everybody? Captain Jack here. We are cooking with grease, as they say. I like to do the music. Whoop! In fact, we almost did music again. What can I tell you? Like I said, I like to do the music when I get a chance to do some promos. We're going to be doing more of that as we can. I want to thank everybody that's here. Boy, we got quite a few people here. I do want to make sure that you know that obviously for best video and audio, and Ed Winchell can attest to that. Thank you here on duty. Thank you there, shipmate. Thank you everybody that's here. This is the Ask Captain Jack show. You know what? I need to change the sign. But in order not to waste time, you know what show you're watching. But you know what? To make it official, we'll do this. Going over here. You don't see me. But down goes the one, up comes the other, and there you go. So you know what show you're watching. This is the Ask Captain Jack show. So you can also see that I'm not rolling around in my underwear. I do have my pants on. So that's good. We will be opening up the phone lines in just a little bit, but I want to make sure that everybody knows that I just got back from my stylist. So had to make sure I look good for the draft next week. So I don't want to do a super close-up, but the cheeks are waxed. The ladies, you're not the only ones that wax, because I want to make sure that the beard is not scraggly and it looks good. So again, everybody, it's here, Ed Winchell over there. I don't know who's on. If you're on YouTube, sign in. This way I know you're there, if you don't mind. I like to know who's in my audience. You know, if you sign in this way, I can give you a shout out and we can go over the program. Over here on Facebook, let's see here. Quite a few people. I can't go quite up to the beginning, but the people I can see, let's see, Raul and Mark, Johnny Jimenez, John Henkel, Ryan, Russell GM Brown. Good to see you there, brother. Rich Angeles, Dre Huntsworth. How you doing up there in the Pac Northwest, big guy? Hope you're doing well. Beto is here. Michael Smar and Clem Cowan. Hey, shout out to you again there, Dre. Oliver is there. Liz Davilla. Thank you. Pam, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. It's always great to see you. Steve Spoltor, Reggie Burdett, Alex Mendoza, and James Mitchell. So, yeah, there you go. I got to see him over here. Frankie Rizzo, my Italian brother. And Andrea, thank you for coming over as well. Tommy B is there. Tommy the Kane. Russell's over there as well, and Jimmy Farrell. Now, we're talking football tonight. I know normally that we would go into the Ask Captain Jack, or we would do the You Don't Know Jack about sports, but you know what? I'm feeling football. Yes, I'm watching my Phillies play, but only because there's no football on. I do like to know how my Phillies are doing, but I'm not going to talk about them other than the fact that I'm going to see what the score is. Because the schedule came out last night, and we had a good discussion about it. And by the way, I want to tip my hat and send a big shout out to everybody from the Bear family. That's the Bear himself, Joe Bordelone, and Mama Bear, Linda Bordelone, and all the Bear family. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your group when I can be. It's always great to be there with you. Again, share this up to all the groups that you can, because again, I want to make sure that we know that definitely on Thursday nights and definitely on Sunday nights, unless I'm traveling, and Wednesdays when we have a show to do. Normally I like to do my interviews on Wednesday, but we'll get that done as well. That the captain is here we're talking sports. And if you're ready to talk some sports, and tonight we're doing football, because you know what? In my mind, we need to talk football because especially it's 1 week in front of the draft. In fact, 1 week from tonight, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to be there in the midst of a throng of a whole bunch of people. I hope that you will be hanging with me. I will be up in Nashville. Knock wood. Hopefully, as long as I don't no bad things happen on my way up there. But I'll be up there in Nashville. I'm going to be enjoying myself with everybody. And I'm doing great. Raider Warrior. Good to see you as well, honey. Good to see you. You know what? There are wenches, and then you're my Raider Warrior. I can't call you one of my wenches. It just doesn't sound right. Murren's here. Tiffany, thank you for joining me as well. Oren, Sherry, good to see you as well, brother. 1 week from tonight, the Raiders are having probably the most phenomenal draft in their history to date, at least in their modern history. Matt and Johnny, thanks for coming in. 3 first-round picks. The last time the Raiders had 3 first-round picks was years and years ago. I think that they had, I know Terry McDaniel was one of their picks. I think Wise, their defensive, Mike Wise was one of their picks. I can't remember what year it was, but that's the last time the Raiders have had 3 first-round picks. Now, if you want to go back to probably what the most important drafts was a couple of years ago when we blew on grabbing Jabustus Russell. But if it wasn't for the Raiders screwing up that draft, the modern NFL wouldn't have these bad contracts. They figured out that we can't be giving all of these guys that might bust out all of this money. So because of the Raiders, everybody in the NFL benefited. So it's one of those things. We had to take it for everybody else. But it's okay. It's okay. 3 first-round picks, and I'm telling you, we're going to get somebody fantastic at number 4. And depending upon how it shakes, I don't see us trading up from 24. But I can say that I can see us trading back from 27. And the reason why I say that, and I alluded to it last night, was that because of the quarterback situation in drafts, you want to get that quarterback for 5 years. If you get him in the first round, you got a 5-year contract ready, okay? And a lot of times the teams will get those quarterbacks in the top 10, but they'll also get them in the last 10 to 12, from 20 to 32. So somebody might be looking for an arm. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots don't come a-calling with their 32nd pick to move up maybe to 24, maybe to 27, because the Patriots are enamored with the quarterback that I think is going to be the best quarterback in this draft, and that's the kid from Duke. They've had him in 3 times. They've gone over everything. I think they probably went to the end of the sewer to see where he is eating, to see what he's eating. Got a call already. Okay, well, let me get my phone. Let me get the phone up on. Hang on a second. Oh, gosh darn it. I see you, but I can't grab you yet. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I got you on now. Okay, you're not showing up. There was a call. It didn't show up. There we go. Restricted. I'm not answering a restricted call. I'm not answering a restricted call. If you're not showing me your number, I'm not answering it. So because I've had too many butt plug, what do you call it, fiends come out. And I will say this. You're going to troll, fine. But you know what? I ain't going to deal with you. Show me your numbers at least. We'll try it from Virginia. 757, who am I talking to?
Hey, what's up, man? I had a football question for you.
Okay, go ahead. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, Charles Reed. Sorry about that.
Hi, Charles. What's going on with you, partner? Going on with you?
Not much, man. You know, I'm just curious. So, I am from Louisiana, okay? Native Louisianian. So, with the Saints versus the Rams, all right? The schedule was just released, and they're going to be playing during the season, all right? How do you think that game's going to go? What do you think it's going to look like? And do you think that a lot is really going to be on the line? Put niggers in the trash compactor, put them in those things that you put.
Yeah, okay. I had a feeling. First off, I don't like to use the N-word. Should have known from native Louisianian. Yeah. If you got a real question, give me a ring up, 813-699-0834. Actually, it was unfortunate because I was ready to answer the question about, the Rams and the Saints. I thought that would have been a good question to answer because, again, I think that's probably that's probably one of the games that most people are waiting to see. But you had to go and ruin it. Who else is here? Hope to see you back in Monday. Hey, Keith Smith, good to see you. I hope to be there as well. Jody and Patty and Marlo and Raider Neil, thanks everybody. Again, and that's why we don't. Yeah, but it wasn't a restricted call the second time. It was from the 757. Anyway, if you want to have a real question for me, I'm ready to answer. Okay. No worries, just the way it is. Okay, Gibby Gibber. I'm calling in. Is this okay? Okay, this message is held for review. Yeah, what an ass, I tell you. Cruise control. Timmy Cruz, how to see you. Think the Raiders will the Nick. Okay, let's get you out of here too. Yeah, just the way it is. Okay. There we go. I'll just get rid of you. It's unfortunate. But if I think you're what do you call it? A troll, I'm just going to get you. Okay, got lots of them in here. Well, it looks like I think it's going to be one of those nights. Okay. Yep, got a lot of them here. It's unfortunate. I tell you what, if you'd like to call in, the number is 813-699-0834. I'd like to answer some questions. Uh-huh. Okay, phone call's not going through. I don't know why. Okay, let's try it. 909, who am I talking to? 909, who am I talking to? Hello? And goodbye. Well, we're 2 for 2. No quarterbacks, best available on defense. I agree there, Frank. And I'm trying to call in. Hey, everybody there. Who do you see the Raiders selecting at 4? Orrin, I think that it's going to come down to Quinnen Williams. And if Quinton Williams is there, I know we are stout in the middle, but I think that you can't say no to Quinton Williams, probably the best person in the draft. Going to be our last game. And yeah, Justin, and by God, they better win that game too. Okay. Captain can call in my machine is on. Okay, well, tell you what. Once a second. Okay, we'll try it. 712, who am I talking to?
Hello, hi, this is Mango. People are calling me Mango. Just wanted to say, what's your opinion on the new, how do you say, proposed team, the New York Porch Monkeys?
There we go. It's going to be a long night. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Unfortunately, I hope that they didn't block it, but I guess the trolls are calling in. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that interview with Quinton Williams. My phone is off. How can it be off? Unless they're blocking it. Hang on a second. Okay. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. Try again. I did restart it. Yeah, I got 25 people watching. I wonder why. Because I bet you the trolls are saying, hey, call into this channel. It's unfortunate. But we had some good talk. Do you see us signing Lynch for one more year in Oakland, Mern? I don't. But that will be figured out. If the Raiders want to reach out to him, he is available. I actually think that the Raiders are I doubt seriously that they're going to sign Lynch. We can hear you just fine over here. Thanks, there, Chris. Say we get Williams at the number 4 pick. Who's next? I tell you what, if we can get Pennsylvania, okay, let's see. Pennsylvania call. Okay, I'll try it. Okay, Pennsylvania, what can I do you for? Hello?
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 Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
So I just want to hear what your opinion was about Antonio Brown coming to the Raiders after the big stunt that he did in Pennsylvania.
Well, I think that are you in the Pittsburgh area?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and
I'm actually a big Pittsburgh fan.
Well, good, because I have a couple Pittsburgh fans on the show.
Wonderful.
Okay. What's your opinion of Antonio Brown leaving?
Well, fuck nigger. Niggers kind of suck.
There you go. Well, it looks like for some reason real people aren't able to call, which is unfortunate. It's just the way it is. I'll continue to try to stay here, and if not, we'll just have comments. Okay, Neil, what do we need to do? I tell you what, as far as after okay, 908 from Jersey. Tell you what, I'm gonna try it. It's probably a troll. Go ahead, Jersey. What can I do you for?
Yo, what's up?
How you doing?
Yo, I have a national anthem for you. Hey, yo.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, folks, we're not going to do any calls tonight. That's okay. That makes it easy. No calls, no worries. Well, if I know the caller, I'll actually call him. Hang on, Reggie. I'll get to you in just a second. 1 second, Reggie. There we go. No, Reggie, I can't. No. Well, for some reason, I can see you calling in here, but I can't get to you on the phone, Reggie. I don't know why. Try it again. Try it again, Reggie. I'll see what I can do. But if that's what we got going on, we will just not do any calls. We'll just do some comments. Not doing it. Sorry, not doing it. Anyway, let's get back to comments. Yeah, the blocked on. I think somebody. Yeah, I know. I can't do calls tonight. It's unfortunate, but that's okay. That's okay. What we'll do is folks that can comment in, we'll do comments, and we'll just do it that way. Don't know how to take it so that I can get it to turn off, but it's just the way it is. Because I'm trying to get a call from Reggie, and hopefully it'll come in. Reggie, just keep there. Just keep calling, Reggie. We'll see if I can get you. For some reason, I can't pick up. Well, that's okay. No calls. We'll go with. Yeah, I guess. And again, it's unfortunate because I'd love to answer all the questions. So we'll just do it via comments. So I guess we're going to have to get a new number. Reggie, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Jack?
Thank God, a real phone call. By the way,
hey, I hate trolls.
It's the way it is, man. It's unfortunate, but we got to thank you for calling in, Reggie. By the way, folks, if you want to call into the show, do me a favor. Send me your number so that I will have your phone number, and I put your phone number into my phone. So when I see who's calling, I'll pick up. But if I don't know who the person is anymore, I'm just not going to do it. So, but at least I got you on the phone, Reggie. What's going on, Doc?
Hey, my question is, you see all these little smokescreen articles about who the Raiders are going to take. And I'm trying to read through it, and I really don't think we'll take a quarterback.
No, I don't think so either. I think that if the Raiders do take a quarterback, they're going to do it in the later rounds as a project. I really don't. But the thing is, I really can't see them doing it. And the fact is that they have a decent set of quarterbacks right now, and they don't need a quarterback right now. With what goes on with it, let's say Derek Carr has a bad year, okay? And let's just say that. Derek Carr has a bad year, and they have to – now whoever wins between Glennon and Landry Jones as the Raiders' backup, okay, they're gonna roll with him for the rest of the year. They have too many holes to fill with what's going on. 1 second. Hey, Ed Winchell, call back, punter. I got Reggie on the line, Ed Winchell. I got Reggie on the line, so don't worry about it. Call back, Ed. Like I said, I can't see the Raiders. The Raiders got too many other things. It's a smoke screen to get people to move up, to let players drop to the Raiders. The other thing is that depending upon how the run on quarterback goes, like I said, with the Raiders being in a position that they are, like I said, there might be somebody that wants to trade up to 24 or 27, depending upon which quarterback might drop. And there's going to be a few of them. And if they want to do that, Ed Winchell, Reggie is on the phone. Let him talk. Okay. I appreciate it. He's trying to save me, but you're good, Doc. We're talking. Okay.
Okay. Hey, I'm just glad it's an honest caller.
Yeah, I'm glad. Now, here's the thing. If you're on this screen right now, and if you are on Facebook right now, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Send me an IM with your name and your number. And if you are a fan, a Raider fan for sure, I'm going to put you in my phone. Okay. That's going to hopefully curtail the amount of people that we have here that are trolls. Now, occasionally there might be a new subscriber, and we'll go with that. They'll have to make some comments, and we'll have to make sure that we do that. Ed Winchell, Reggie is on. Doc is on the phone. Ed, please, I appreciate you trying to help out, but I'm love Ed. But go ahead.
Well, when you were talking, I liked your show the other night, and I was thinking about, and I really had to think about the schedule. I think right now, I'm predicting with just what we got off in free agency, 7, 9, 8, 8.
Okay, well, we were talking about that last night, and I like I said, Gruden 1.0, 8-8. Second year, 8-8. Now, granted, he had himself a really bad season last year because we had a team that was not built for what he wanted to do. So that's why we went to 4-12, and we didn't have the participation. We didn't have the bodies. Okay, I firmly believe that right now I'm looking at 7-9, 6-10, and only because, like I said, it takes a while for the team to gel. And if we get an all-stars up the yin-yang in the draft, guys that were all conference and they are the best in their positions, I might elevate that. But right now, these rookies are going to be coming in, and they're going to have to play up to their strengths. And remember, we got some really good vets in here. So I think that it's going to be a bit until we see the auspices of a winning team coming in. Now, like I said, 7-9 is not bad. It's just the way it is.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is there's two reasons. One, our offensive line was horrible last year, a lot of injuries, and I easily can look at 2 or 3 games and say that the line really hurt us and may have kept us from winning a couple games last year. But also, I think in a lot of positions we've gotten younger. We've gotten some better, more skilled veterans, especially on our receiver core. I think our receiving core is a lot stronger. I think our line is stronger now that we got an extra experienced tackle, and we don't have 2 real young, inexperienced tackles.
Right.
You keep Carl, you keep him upright, you'll have more time in the pocket to make the longer pass.
Yeah, and I think
Antonio Brown, who's used to being double covered,
and
which frees up other receivers.
Terrell Williams,
our offensive line could be a big help.
And I tell you what, Terrell Williams and Ryan Grant in the slot, if Ryan Grant makes the team. The kid that we picked up from the AAF is a speedster as well. I think that whoever does make the team, remember that your 4th, 5th, and 6th receivers got to be special teamers, and they got to be people that you can count on. Harris, who was our special team stud last year, unless somebody unseats him, figure he's going to make the team. You got Antonio Brown and Terrell Williams. That's 3 of 5 or 6, okay? Can it be Ryan Grant? We'll see. Can it be the kid that they picked up from the AAF? We'll see. Marcel Aitman, there's another guy. I'm pretty sure it's going to make the team. There's 4, which means you got 2 spots to go. And there's some good receivers in the draft this year as well, including Antonio Brown's cousin. So we'll see what happens there. I
think J.J. Nelson wasn't a bad pickup either. He's pretty fast.
Yeah, but
and a lot of those drops, you're going to have to also remember he had a rookie quarterback that threw some balls in some bad positions for him.
You talking about Rosen in Arizona?
The one that came from the Cardinals.
Yeah, Rosen.
Not every drop is that quarterback's fault. I'm not saying that, but there was a couple of those drops that he was trying to make a play.
Okay, I'm gonna let Ed call in about 2 minutes. I'm gonna give Doc 2 more minutes of air time. Okay, because of the interruptions. I apologize. Go ahead, Doc. Give me one. I agree with you. But I don't know if J.J. Nelson's going to make the team. I mean, I think he might, but it all depends upon you're going to have between Nelson, Ryan Grant, another kid or 2. They're fighting in my mind, they're fighting for 1 spot. They're fighting for 1 spot.
Competition's good.
Oh, I got you.
Competition is good. The more competition, the better we're going to get.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Now, you think we're going to be 8-8?
As of right, I'm 7-9, 8-8.
Okay.
And another reason for that is that we got a lot of home games in the back half after we've had time to gel.
That's true.
We did better the second half, and then we're also going to be at home. That's going to really help us.
I agree, and that's why I said, okay, the 6 weeks that we're away from Oakland is really a blessing in disguise because we knew we were going to London anyway. So that's a home game, but not really. So we got two away games, London and a bye, and 2 more away games, 6 weeks away from Oakland. That is going to toughen up the team, get them to really come into their own in the fact that they're going to see what they can do to get on the same page, play like a good team that is gelling together. Okay. So I agree that, the back end, we should be better. In fact, it should be a case of 2 seasons to me, the first 8 and the last 8. And I want to see if we can win 3 of the first 8, okay? And you figure that we can win 6 of the last 8, that's a winning record at 9-7. It's possible. It's not beyond, but the team has got to do that, and we'll see what happens. And I know Ed Winchell's going to call in a second, so give me one more out the door there, Doc.
Well, I would say is go Raiders. They have to hit on this draft, and I think we'll be really good to go. And don't let them trolls bother you because we like you, Captain Jack.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Doc. And thanks again, man.
Bye.
All right. Jimmy Farrell, you got in under the gun. How you doing, brother?
What's up?
I'm good, man. I said I'm just dealing with trolls.
I know. There's always an asshole somewhere.
Yeah. Well, as long you know what, as long as I don't have to hear the N-word or things like that, I can't stand that. Cannot stand, swear. I mean, I swear, but I'm not prejudiced. I hate to hear the N-word, and that's from anybody. Black people, white people, anybody. I hate to hear the N-word. It's just me. So can't stand it. Go ahead there, brother.
Well, I was just finished watching the Mel and Todd mock draft. They like one of your picks. They like Farrell 27, but they picked the tight end at 24, which that's not happening.
Well, no, was it Hawkinson or Fant?
He was from Alabama.
Oh, Irv Smith? Okay, well, that's possible as well.
No, not a first. I mean, they got to go all defense.
Well, here's the thing. The Raiders do need a tight end. The Raiders do need a tight end.
They can get a tight end in the later rounds.
Okay. If the guy is a first-round talent and they need a tight end, and if he rates as a first-round talent, got it. Because here's the thing. Wait a second, Jimmy. I'm going to explain, okay? If the Raiders trade back with one of those picks, they're going to be getting more talent that's there. This draft is so, I want to say, heavy with about the same quality after the first 10. Okay, the numbers between, I want to say, well, maybe not the first 10. Let's say the numbers between 20 and 55, the way the players rate are about the same. If you could pick up a player in the second or pick up a player in the third, okay, and they're rated about the same, you're getting better bang for your buck, okay? And I think that that's the way it will be. And I think that the Raiders are good enough. If you rate one of those tight ends, either Hawkinson, Fant, Smith, as the talent that's ready to go, and you don't want somebody else to get them because there's going to be a run, those three guys are going to go high, okay? Yeah. So if you get them at the where you're getting them, that's great. I really believe the Raiders are going to trade one of those picks back because somebody's going to be jumping on a quarterback because they're afraid that they're going to be gone. I can see it.
It's funny you said that because they said on the show that possible that the Patriots could trade with us.
And I said that at the beginning of the show before I got inundated with a bunch of trolls. I would not be surprised if the Patriots jumped up from 32 to one of our picks because they like that kid from Duke. And they want to get him.
That's what they said. They wanted the kid from Duke.
Yeah, and I wasn't watching the show, so you know that I guess that
that's what they were doing.
They must have been listening. Maybe it was one of the trolls told hey, Jack actually has some good things going on. Yeah, I noticed my numbers went down from 25 to 11. So we had a lot of trolls watching. Oh, well, such is life.
If they trade down, why don't they get an early second round pick?
Well, here's the thing, though. If the Raiders trade with the Patriots, it's still a first round pick. It's 32.
Yeah, but don't they get another pick too?
Oh yeah. Because the Patriots got the Patriots got a buttload of picks. The Patriots got a buttload of picks because the way Belichick does it, he always trades down to acquire more picks the next year. You continue to do that, you're always going to have more picks in your draft arsenal that you use when you need it. And the Patriots need a quarterback, and I think that they're gonna do it. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots trade up to one of our picks. And I tell you what, I would take at least a 1 next year because you know it's going to be a low 1, okay, and a 2 and a 3 in order to do that. I'm making sure that the Patriots are paying through the nose. If the Patriots are trading me a pick, right, I want the 32. I want a 1 next year. I want their second. I want their third. And you know what? Maybe even ask for a 5th. We'll see what happens.
For who? For Patriots pick?
Yeah, if the Patriots trade up with us.
For number 1 next year? I don't know.
No. If the Patriots trade their 32nd for 24 or 27, I want the Patriots first rounder next year. I want their second rounder and third rounder this year, and I want maybe a pick later on.
Wow, that's asking a lot, Cap.
But you know what? They want that quarterback. They want that quarterback, and somebody else is going to want that quarterback too. So let's see. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we can get.
Quarterbacks like Todd McShay. Can you stop saying the Raiders are looking for a quarterback? They have a quarterback. Can they stop it with this Murray kid? They're not going to draft him, so stop it already. Who's tired of hearing this?
Who said that we're going to?
Shay. He said, "Well, the Raiders could draft to number 1 and possibly get Tyler." I was like,
Kyler Murray.
Stop it already.
I know. Well, it's
driving me nuts.
It's McShay. It's McShay. But that's just the way it is. We'll
see. Does he know that they have a quarterback already? Does he know that? I don't think he does.
He knows. He really thinks that Gruden is enamored with Murray. And I tell you what, if I'm there and I see that the Raiders are jumping to number 1, if there's a
the dumbest move they ever.
If there's a camera on me, you're probably going to see me have a Tourette syndrome breakdown on national TV and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. By the way,
have a show while that's going on.
Well, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be at the draft. I might be live at the draft.
Are you going there?
Yeah,
oh, really?
Yeah. I'm gonna be over there in Nashville. And so again,
you should check the Predators game too, because they're playing the same night.
No, they shouldn't be. I checked.
No, they are.
Well, I checked I checked the schedule, and it said that they are not that night. They're playing on Wednesday, and then they're playing on Friday.
I heard they were playing the same night as the draft.
Go ahead and check it. But I because you said that, I actually checked, and the last time I checked, it said like Wednesday, and then Friday.
And I heard Tommy Beard biting his nails tonight.
Why?
All the way from his house.
Well, because don't you know what? Never mind. Don't talk about that Sunday.
I had to put that in.
Talk
get busted on time.
Talk about that Sunday. Talk about that Sunday. Hey, if you're here on this broadcast, if you are here on Facebook, okay, do me a favor. I see the names. I know the names. If you ever want to call in, send me an IM on Facebook, okay? Or send me a message. You can send messages on YouTube, right?
Sure.
I'm not sure. I think you can. But send me a message, and I'll check you out. Make sure that if you've been on a couple different times. Again, I don't mind. I got to deal with trolls, but I want to have a real conversation with real people. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason for that crap. You know what?
People need to amuse themselves. I can, it's dealing with children.
Nothing better to do. That's the problem.
That's right. It's dealing with children. That's just the way it is.
They should play on the freeway instead. as old folks would say.
There you go. Play out in traffic. That's right.
Yeah.
Go play in
traffic.
Now
listen, if they're going to pick offense, I'm telling you, I think they're going to lean on this kid from the running back from Alabama. If they're going to pick offense.
Okay.
I think he could be the real deal.
I think so, and I think that's one of the reasons why they stashed him on the practice squad. I see some numbers. I'm just checking my Captain Jack page. So I see Johnny Jimenez. I see Dre Harnsberry. Thank you. So I'll add your numbers after this. So if you ever want to call, I'll get a chance to try to get it to my phone. So we'll do that. But again, let me see here. Jimmy, you're on about 10 minutes. Give me one more thought out the door, brother.
Well, one more week to the draft. And I can't wait till it comes, and let's go Raiders.
There you go. Thanks again there, Jimmy. You call. We'll see you on Sunday, hopefully. There you go. Line is open, 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Tommy Beard, thank you for calling in, brother. Good to hear from you. How you doing, partner?
I'm here.
Okay. I just saw your message. I hope things go better for you, partner. I hope so.
And to Jimmy and to everybody right now, the last thing I give a damn about is this fucking sports or Capitals. I don't give a shit anymore right now.
That's right. And again, it's nobody else's business. But you know what? Tommy has other things on his mind, and I think we should all say keep kind thoughts for Tommy. Let's just say that. Keep kind thoughts for Tommy.
But I want the running back out of Bama, Jacobs.
Yeah.
And this is why. Typically, I don't want a running back from Alabama because they're run down and it's been proven. Nick Saban runs them to death. And then when they get to the NFL, they don't have nothing. They're done. It's been proven.
For the most part, you're right. Yeah, that is true.
But the Josh Jacobs kid, he doesn't have that much.
Tread off the
They
tire.
had two backs there, so they pretty much used two.
That's right.
Do you know his backstory?
No, I know, but I'm sure you're going to let me know, right?
He grew up homeless.
Okay.
He was living in his father during high school, most of his high school. Josh Jacobs lived in his father's SUV.
Okay.
And they were moving it. And when they had the money, when his father was able to have the money for a motel, they stayed in motel. They went from motel to motel. This kid is going to work his ass off to make sure he stays on the team. So that's another reason why I'd like to get him.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the little bit of the program today with Quinnen Williams. I couldn't do or hear all of it, but just by the way that you know how they do the stories, you can get like the feel good portion of it. Quinnen Williams is my pick at 4 all day and every day. And I tell you what, Jacobs would be a fantastic pickup, but it just depends upon where he is and what the Raiders are going to be going for at that time. I really think that the Patriots are going to trade with us. I feel it. I feel it. I want
Farrell. I really think Farrell. Now the only thing is New England has had him in twice too with the Lawrence, his teammate from Clemson. He's had them both in. So I really like to get Farrell, and then there's reports today that I think it was Mel Kiper I seen this morning, or I read on the way home from everything, that four teams, and there could be more, dropped the Sweat kid out of Mississippi State off their boards. They're not touching him because of the whole, I guess he had heart issues.
Yeah, but we've heard that even at the draft. It depends upon if he went for if he had a further physical. If he had a further physical and they're dropping him because of further physicals, then I can see that. But remember, Hurst had I don't see he had the same issue, but he had similar issues last year. And I tell you what, he was probably the best pick on the defensive line as a rookie last year, right over PJ Hall. And again, it depends upon what the Raiders think. I tell you, if Sweat is available and he passes all of the issues, then great. Now remember, folks, I don't know if you guys remember this, but the Raiders picked a kid by the name of Bender out of the University of Washington or Washington State a couple years ago. And he died because he had issues. Leon Bender, I believe, was his name. And he was a high pick. I think he was either a first or second round pick. And he had heart issues. And he died before he even went to the Raiders. Okay? So this is a issue that does come up. And you need to make sure that you treat the information square and you have a good read on it. Okay, so it's not without saying that the people are maybe going to drop Sweat. It all depends upon what the teams think and if they are willing to take that risk. And if people are willing to take that risk, great. But remember, the other kid. I can't remember the really big Samoan dude that was that came out of Utah a couple of years ago. That was a first round pick. He had issues as well, and he still went in the first round. It all depends upon what the medical people say. Okay, that's just the way it is.
And I may decide to do something that I've never done before.
What's that?
I may fly to Oakland for the last game. Be there for the last game. Be there for the Jacksonville game.
Nice, nice.
I may do it. I may actually do it. And if I can, I'll probably get arrested, but I'm taking a seat out of there.
Ooh. Well,
I will find me a way to get me a seat out of that stadium. I'm taking a part. I may not be from Oakland. I may be the first time ever, but I've been a Raiders fan long enough where one of them seats are mine.
I can see that, but here's the other thing.
I guarantee you right now, I'm not going to be the only one. I actually think last year was calm. I do not think this year's going to be calm. I really don't.
Yeah, I can see that. I tell you, I was there for the last game last year, and I waited to see what was going to happen. There was a couple of people ran onto the field, but for the most part, like you said, it was calm.
I've been waiting to read and ESPN, NFL Network, to blast all this and that happened. I look for something to happen this year, especially if it really does look like that stadium in Vegas will be done and it is the actual last game. Yeah,
we'll see. I tell you what, by the end of the year, let me get a score here real quick. By the end of the year, the Raiders should probably know how their stadium is running, because again, you're talking that'll be December. They should know by the end of this year, by the end of this season, how that stadium is going. But Johnny, it wasn't Monte-Teo, the kid he was from Notre Dame. It was the kid from Utah that went to the Carolina Panthers. That guy. That's who I'm talking about. Jerry D, good to see as well.
Cody Bellinger.
I'm watching my Phillies. It's nothing. Anyway, but we'll see. But again, I tell you, it remains to be seen. Tommy, make sure that if you're there for Oakland, make sure that I got your bail money. So,
well, you or Bear will get me out, I'm sure.
Well, no, I might not have enough money. Just make sure you bring enough money for your bail, and then call me for your one call, and I'll get you out.
All right.
Okay.
Like I said, if I go, I'm taking the seat with me.
Okay.
And they're not going to be able to stop everybody.
No, and again, a gentleman that's 6'9" and looks imposing might be able to get away with it. So good on you on that.
Right. Shoot, I've been around long enough and I had to sneak stuff in and out.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to sneak out with a seat, Tommy. I'm going to tell you.
We'll find out.
Okay, that sounds good.
We'll find out, because I'm taking one, or I'm getting a piece of the turf or something.
Yeah, I that's probably easier. Although, like I said, the way the cops were, the cops were thick as thieves.
Well, I did see
year.
last year where they put security and started wrapping them up around the field.
They did, and they did that at about midway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they started bringing the ushers down. You can tell where they started bringing security down out of the stadium and started wrapping them up around the sides and around the black hole and everything.
Yeah,
they started showing it on TV.
Yep.
I said, "Oh boy." They're playing. They're ready for this.
Yeah, they weren't playing last year, and that's why I said I think that it's probably going to be something similar. We'll see, but again,
I've been seeing a lot of articles. Right, and it was Murray. Now it's all about Haskins. That Gruden and Mayock are really liking Haskins.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying that. If you figure that one of the two quarterbacks are going, if not one, if not two of those quarterbacks are going to be in the top four, and God knows, I hope it's not one of us getting them. But you know what?
I'd rather, if we get a quarterback, and I've said this, I really want to take the kid out of Buffalo and work with him.
Okay, but you don't have.
Tariq, what is it? Tariq Jackson.
Right, but you don't have to spend a first on him. You can get him at 35.
No, I said that. Do it later in the round.
Yeah.
Do it like fourth, fifth.
Okay.
I said there's something about him that he's special.
Well,
he can get to the right team.
And if the right person, right team with the right coaching staff, it's got to be.
The 3 Texans, 6'7", 240, 250. It can throw. Oh God, can he throw it? He has a cannon.
By the way, if you want to knock Tommy out, only because I got to say it, Tommy's been on for his requisite amount of time. So just saying, if you want to talk, and I got your number.
We've had it for a while.
Well, no, I have Tommy's number, but I'm saying that's why when you call, I know who it is. And I did put I did look at a couple of the people that were typing in to the Captain Jack page, Dre. You know, you can call in as well. Oh, you're gonna get me one there, Ed? I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
What?
Ed's trying to get me a chair too. I'll put it here.
No offense, but I guarantee you I get a chair off a lot better chance than he would.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Just so, like I said,
I take off running. Good luck in catching me.
How fast can you do the 40 there, Tommy?
I haven't ran it in so long. I know back when I was in school, I ran the 40 4.6.
Wow.
My best time was 4.55.
Okay.
Was my best time.
Okay. Well,
but now with my knee injuries and my feet and ankles, who knows? But I guarantee you, I can still move a little faster than Ed. I can guarantee it.
Okay.
That's with two chairs.
All right. Hey, Tommy, you take care, partner. Again, I'm thinking kind thoughts for you, partner. You be well. And, you know, like I said, everybody out there, keep kind thoughts for Tommy Beard. And remember, if Tommy doesn't give me his bail money, we'll take up a collection for him beforehand. But we need to know he's coming out there.
All right.
All right. Take care, shipmate.
All right. Yep.
All right. That's Tommy Beard. And always great hearing from him. Okay, I can do that. If you calm down, Tommy, I'll maybe get you one. Yeah, you know, hey, I'm all in, Ed. Whatever you can do, brother. I got to talk to you about flights for sure. So now, Ed, because we were talking with Doc, we were talking with Jimmy Farrell, we were talking with Tommy Beard. If you want to call in now, you can do it. And we're right at the hour portion. So unfortunately, we dicked around with some trolls for about the first, I want to say, 10, 15 minutes. So unfortunately, that's the way it is. Ed Winchell, how you doing, brother? Good to hear from you.
I'm doing good. I just have one question for you.
I got one answer, hopefully.
What makes Tommy think he can get one and I can't?
I don't know. You know, and that's why, I tell you what, all kidding aside, that's why, and I belong to a page called Fans in Black, okay? It's a great page for Raider information and news. It's gone down a little bit because we've lost a lot of the good posters out there. But every year, the Fans in Black would have a Raider Mecca. And all of the people from all over the nation would join in, and we would get a chance to meet each other, okay? And that was one of the great things about it, was that we would meet each other at Mecca, and at you know, I'd say, hey, Captain Jack's here, and there's, you know, Blitz Chick, and then there's Raider Rick, and then there's this guy and that girl and everybody else, and it was a fantastic event, which is why getting a chance to meet people at an event where it said, hey, we're all portioned to come in and we talk on the Captain Jack show. That's where you get a chance to really meet people and learn why, you know, Tommy's 6'9" knees are going to be better than people think, or I'll tell you what. But it's going to be nice if we get a chance to meet you, Ed, and meet Tommy, meet Jimmy Farrell, meet Jerry D, everybody that's here. If you're watching, thank you for watching. Everybody that's over there on Facebook, we do need a pass rusher. Louis Gaudreau, Raiders scream, I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm still living. So, again, if you're on Facebook, I appreciate you being up on Facebook, but come on over to YouTube. Better picture, better audio quality. And subscribe while you're here. Subscribe while you're here. I think I got about...
It's so much better on YouTube. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the only thing that's bad about YouTube is the trolls. But that's just the way it is. I guess...
Well, we can let the trolls know that we can get Vito. He'll take care of them.
I wish we could. I wish we could. And that's why I said, if you're going to call, IM me on either IM. Can you IM on YouTube? Can you send messages on YouTube? I'm not sure. If you are a one of my regulars here, or if you watch the show, if you're on Facebook, I know your name. Okay. If you're new to the show, it's great to, send me your name and your number, and I'll put you in my phone. And this way I know it's you, and I'm going to answer the phone, because I hate answering the phone when I know it's going to be a troll, but I got to answer the phone. So it's just the way it is.
That's really easy, Cap. All you got to do is the Captain Jack audience send in to Jack your name and your phone number, and that's it. And then it will come up on his phone, the name, or his computer there, and we won't have these problems with these guys anymore.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I mean, if they're watching now, then they can do the same thing, and then they can still troll me. But it's one of those things where I can block the number.
Right, after they do it.
After they do it. But yeah,
right.
you take the good with the bad. But I try to do a good show. I hope I entertain and answer questions as much as I can.
Well, I'll tell you something, Cap. I love Tommy. I think he's a great part of your show, a very integral part of your show. He has a lot of sports knowledge, and even though him and I go back and forth sometimes,
it's all fun.
I really enjoy being with him on the show with you.
Yeah, and I appreciate
like
that.
Everybody else. It's like Jim, Farrell, everybody. It's just such a nice, relaxing way to spend an evening talking to people about, hey, our Raiders.
That's right.
And speaking of that, I want to ask you a question about the Raiders.
Sure.
Do you personally think the number 4 pick that they will trade down? Or do you think they're going to pick someone?
I think that as it is right now, barring anything unforeseen, because I really think that Murray is going to go number 1. If Murray goes number 1, I don't see the Raiders trading down, because that means that the Raiders are going to have their pick of Bosa, Williams, or Allen. And those are the big 3 to get. And so if Murray goes number 1, I can't see the Raiders trading out of 4. Now, if the Raiders, let's say this happens. So let's say that Murray and Haskins go in the first 3. Okay? If Murray and Haskins go in the first 3, then depending upon who the trade would be with, maybe it's the Giants at 6. Maybe it's the Bucks at 5. Maybe it's somebody that's in the top 10. If it's that, possibly. But I think that the only way the Raiders are going to drop out of 4 is if both Haskins and Murray are gone within the first 2 picks, and somebody is really, really itching to get a quarterback. And that's why, and depending, as long as they don't drop too far down, maybe. But right now, I don't see it happening, no.
Do you see them at 24 or 27, if he's available, picking the Duke quarterback?
Possibly. It depends upon what Gruden thinks of him. If Gruden thinks that he is a decent quarterback, and I think he is. I think he's a decent quarterback. I think that they could possibly pick him up at one of those picks. But I really, I actually foresee the Patriots trading up to one of our picks to get him. So that's just the way.
You think they're zeroing in on him?
Yeah, I think they are, because there's a lot of reports saying that he's been in to he's had at least 3 visits.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
Right.
2 or 3 visits with the Patriots. I think the Patriots are they're waiting to see who they can trade with. And I think that they have us earmarked for a trade. And if they do, I tell you what, I tell you what I want. I want their one next year, because no matter what, their one next year is going to be a lower one. And I want their 2,
Right.
I want their 2, I want their 3, and I want maybe a 6. If you want your quarterback that much, you're going to pay through the nose for him. Because we're trading back to 32, but I want a 1 next year. I want a 2 and a 3 this year, and throw me something else, and I'll make that trade. I
agree. It makes sense. I agree totally. I'd like to go to Nashville myself.
Well, I
But
mean,
that's not in the cards.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken me 2 days. I used to be that I can drive like 13, 14 hours in one day, and I used to be able to do that. But I noticed that the last time I did this, I went from Fayetteville, North Carolina, when I was stationed up at Fort Bragg, and I tried driving from Fayetteville to my house here in Tampa, and it wrecked me. I couldn't do it anymore. So what I'm doing is next Wednesday, I'm driving up to Atlanta, which is about 7-8 hours away. And then the next day morning, I'm getting up early and driving to Nashville, which is about another 4 hours away. And then going it that way. I can't do that.
No, that's hard. That's hard. All right, Cap. Well, listen, I don't want to take much more time. Just wanted to check in and chat with you all for a minute.
Well, I appreciate you trying to save us earlier, but like I said, Doc Burdett was on and we were doing fine.
You know, it was like a delay, because I would call you and then I'd listen to the show, and 10 minutes later you would say, Ed, stop calling.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going, well, how can that might be part of the problem. You can tell them that there was a delay if I would call you and then wait 10 minutes, and you'd say, oh, Ed, hold on, call back in a bit. Okay. I don't know why that was a delay.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm glad I got through.
Yeah, Mike Lee says that there's a lag right now too. I don't know. I can't. I mean, to me, I'm listening to you straight up, and there's no lag. But that's just the way it is. But again, I appreciate everybody dialing in. And again, looking forward to hopefully seeing everybody out there. Ed, always a pleasure talking to you as well, shipmate.
All right, Captain. Talk to you tomorrow, or then I'll talk to you over the weekend.
All right. We'll talk to you on Sunday on Easter.
All righty.
All right. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Sorry. Apologies. I hate cutting people off when they're at the very end. Apologies, Ed. It happens. Sometimes I need to go quicker. So again, I like this. You know, we were talking draft. We got rid of the trolls. It's unfortunate, but we got rid of the trolls. It might be their Wi-Fi. Okay, yes. So Tommy says there's. Yeah, I mean, there's no lag. There's no lag with me. Actually, maybe like a half second between what I'm saying and what's on the screen, because I can see that right now. It's about a half second. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Hey, Barbara Bennett. Good to see you there, darling. Would definitely love to hear from you. I love my Raiderettes. I love my wenches. NorCal Rick is in the house as well. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Eastern time, so we're picking up the West Coast audience a little bit. If you're on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. Better audio, better video. The address is up there on Facebook. It's up there in the the discussion. www.youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Please come on over and subscribe while you're here. Always good hearing from you there, Barb. I'd love to hear from Barb. You can tell Esty she can call in. NorCal Raider Rick, you can come in as well. Nathan Gunn, good to hear from you as well. Reggie Lambert, thanks for joining us. I'm getting a couple of these folks late. All right. We'll see who's calling. All right, Western Glen, New York, how you doing? And who am I talking to?
Frankie Sabatini. Can you hear me all right?
Frank Sabatini, I can hear you fine. How you doing, sir?
Good, buddy. I just watched my Yankees get beat. Now I want to talk to you about the Raiders.
Okay.
I've been a Raider fan since the '60s, from when Al Davis coached that ball club.
Okay.
And I gotta tell you, I'm looking at this draft. I'll tell you, my feeling is if we can get Quinnen Williams at 4, we do it.
Yeah.
And that pass rush up the middle will make it easier on the flanks, for people on the flanks. So we get Williams at 4.
Yeah.
At 24, is say somebody wants to jump up, somebody like Green Bay was got 30 and 44. We trade 24 for 30 and 44. We need, in my estimations, we need about 5 picks in the first 2 rounds. We need an offensive lineman, which we would get in the late first or second round to play guard. We would have an offensive line that would be able to control the clock.
Yep.
I'd love to get skilled players. I'd love to get another wide receiver or a running back. But we do have Marshawn. We do have Chris Warren coming back.
Wait a second. I'm going to hold you there, Frank. We don't have Marshawn.
Well, I'm just saying, chances are, if we want to sign the guy.
Yeah, if we want Marshawn, he's there.
Yeah. If we want Doug Martin, he's there.
True.
Isaiah Crowell was a fine running back.
Isaiah Crowell
and with the Jets.
That's right.
And he never had an offensive line.
And I tell you what, between Crowell, I think that was probably one of our most underrated pickups this year, is picking up Crowell and putting him behind a line that actually will block for him. In theory, because Trent Brown is actually a better run blocker than he is a pass blocker, although he rated very well as a Patriot last year. I'm going to say this. I think he rated very well as a Patriot because he was wearing Patriot colors, because he wasn't the greatest when he was playing out in San Francisco, and that's one of the reasons why the Niners let him go. But here's the thing. He's a Florida kid as well. I remember him from when he was out at UF. He's a decent offensive lineman. He needs a little bit more, and as long as he gets his feet underneath him and doesn't overextend, he's a very good blocking tackle. So I like that pickup as well. But again, like you said, we need a big, nasty guard, but not necessarily if we like what we see with Denzel Good. If we like,
he looked good last year.
Yeah. If we like what we see with Denzel Good, if we like what we see with the other kid, if we want to maybe move Brandon Parker into guard, that's always a possibility as well. So we have some options on the offensive line. But yeah, getting there's one of the guards that was in the Senior Bowl that Gruden had a keen eye on, and I can't remember where the kid's from, but they were looking at him a lot. So it's possible that they might be targeting him later on. So we'll see what happens there.
Then get a corner in the first round. Get a corner.
Yep, there's a
corner to go with Conley, Worley, Nelson, and Lawson and Nelson. Get another corner. And there should be good ones out there. There's Mullen. There's Greedy Williams. There's Julian Love. We could get that with one of the second round picks.
That's right.
If we added to this team, we signed Mayola. We've got Key. Now, I think Mayola is a good situational ball player.
Oh, Benson Mayola?
Yeah.
Yeah, good pickup on our part. Yep.
The kid we got, Maurer, is a good run defensive end. He's underrated.
Yeah.
He's underrated on the end position. So once we get Williams, there's maybe L.J. Collier in the second round. Maybe Joe Johnson from Miami in the second round. Maybe Chase Winovich in the second round.
Yeah,
I really believe
Chase Winovich has actually been mentioned, and I've seen it on a couple of the boards. Chase Winovich actually has a better motor than the kid Gary. He has a better motor than Gary, so he would be a damn fine pickup in the second round. The problem is that we need an extra second round pick, because I don't think the amount of people that we want to target, if we do that trade down, if we get a couple more second rounders, there are plenty of people to pick up. And Winovich would be an outstanding rush linebacker / person that we can maybe tune into that extra end. Although I like him at linebacker, I don't want to trade. I don't want to put him in there as a rush end right now.
Well, with me, I want two defensive linemen. If we get Williams, I want somebody from the outside. I want a corner, and I want an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Now, I'm happy with the receivers we've got. I'd love to add Hollywood Brown to it, or Noah Fant. But the thing of it is, we've got the skill positions really kind of covered. And if Derek Carr goes out and plays quarterback, he's got to be nasty. This kid's got to have some fire. I know he didn't throw interceptions at the end of last year, but he showed the skittish feet that I saw at Fresno that he had there. He doesn't throw interceptions, but he doesn't feel the pressure. And the thing of it is, he fumbles the ball away. Then he gets hit from the blind side.
And you know what?
Got to play up to that level
that
he played 2 years ago. Now, if you got an offensive line, he's got to have that protection. He's one of these quarterbacks that's got to have the protection. He's not creative. He's let different coaches get into his head, and he's not. He's afraid of making mistakes. He's got to play with that abandon that the Raider quarterbacks like Stabler and Gannon and those guys had. He's got to get that back.
I agree.
And so we give him a year. We give him a year. Next year, we give him a year. If it doesn't work out, we got 2 first-round picks next year to go after that quarterback. I'm happy with what we've got, backing him up. Glennon is capable. I mean, if you lose Carr, anybody, you get down to your backup quarterback, it's not going to work out. Not everybody's as lucky as Philadelphia was anyways. But I think this team, with an offensive line that can control the clock, that's defense. You're keeping the defense off the field. You add the pass rush to the middle with Quinnen Williams and Hurst. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can move P.J. Hall to the outside. Maybe you could put him outside in some running situations,
P.J. was actually looked upon, and both Hurst and P.J. Hall can both play flip-flop and play end in a pinch. And that's if you have Quinnen Williams, okay, and you have Hall, and if you have Hurst, you have enough people that, I mean, with Quinnen Williams, you're definitely going to use him as your main cog in the middle. But P.J. Hall and Hurst can both flip-flop in from playing the under tackle or the over tackle to end, okay? And that's really a good thing to have. And I agree with you. By the way, Frank, I wasn't not listening to you. I wanted to make sure I put you in on my phone. So you're in my phone, so I know who you are next time you call.
Yeah, but I won't keep you much longer. As far as linebackers concerned, I'll tell you what. We're kind of, at linebacker right now, we're not in terrible shape. but we're probably not in great shape. But with Morrow and with Lee, with these guys backing up and Kabinda backing up the three we got there, if our defensive line plays well, we continue to fortify the secondary, which we've done. We've got guys that can go in and play roles and do a good job. We developed that secondary, that defensive line. We got the offensive line. The offensive line and keep the defense off the field, keep Carr protected. We can raise some hell in the West. We can. I don't think we're that far off, to be honest with you.
I agree with everything that everybody says, but I'm always a pessimistic Joe, okay? Until I see it, it looks great on paper. And I really think that we're going to be a lot better than we are if things come to fruition. But until I see it, to me, remember, we were a 4-win team last year. Even if we doubled our win total, that's 8-8. That's doubling our win total. That's possible, but until I see it, I'm going to hold out judgment. I'm saying 7-9 right now because I don't know who we've drafted or will draft. I don't know what injuries we have coming in. So until I see it, I'm going to say we're 7-9, which I think I said it last night, and then somebody told me that the NFL Network said that we would be 7-9 as well. And I trust the NFL Network a hell of a lot more than I trust BSPN. I like the fact that I was talking about the Duke quarterback and the Patriots trading up before I heard that they said that on BSPN. So I guess I'm not as stupid as people think I am. And I'm being facetious. But we all have that view where the Raiders can do it. It's just a matter of if, when, and how they get this plan of attack going. We'll see.
All right, partner. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you. I'm an obsessive Raider fan.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. I hope you subscribe on YouTube there, Frank. It'll be great hearing from you again and again.
All right. Thank you, Captain.
Hey, thanks again, shipmate. Thanks.
Have a good Easter, buddy.
You too as well. You have a great one, partner.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. That's Frank Sabatini. And I got to answer because, again, I saw a number and I'm like, oh, God, I got to answer because it wasn't, and I'm glad I did. If you're a real caller, I guess we're probably going to hear, we're going to hear it quickly, and that's why I was ready. I was ready on the troll bounce on all these people. And again, I can't stand when people use the N-word as well. Okay. I got an unknown caller, 505. I think Mr. Lee said that he was going to be calling in. Is this you, Mike Lee?
No, we're going to hear it quickly.
Hello.
That's why I was ready on the troll down.
Okay. Yeah, there is a bit of a lag. Mike, are you here?
I am here.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, Captain Jack.
I'm doing good, brother, and I'm going to put your phone in as well. Yeah, you got a hell of a lag, and I don't know why, because other people don't. So it might be your Wi-Fi.
I think it's my computer, but I just want to say thank you, Captain Jack, and hello, Raider Nation.
Well, good hearing from you as well. Thank you for calling in there, and it's always good to have new blood in here. And I'm putting your phone number in because I saw the 505, and I'm like, oh, that's right. Mike Lee said he was going to call, so I'm putting you in now. So you are in the phone. So hopefully, like I said, when you call again, you're in here. I don't have to worry about you. I know that you are a legit caller. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. I only have one question for you. How do you think from year one Gruden to year two Gruden is going to make a difference? And then I'll hang up so you can do other callers.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Again, and I said it last year, Gruden runs a very intense offense. It takes a while for oh crap. I'm just catching a score with Colorado just hit a 3-run homer against my Phillies. It takes a while for the offense to pick up the Gruden system. It takes at least a good year, okay? Now, Carr was getting it at the end of the year, and he actually has some better weapons. But here's the thing. It's going to take Antonio Brown to learn the system because, again, he might be used to a system that Bruce Arians ran. He might be used to a system that what's his nose, the guy who used to be the Kansas City Chiefs coach and then came in as the offense coordinator for the Steelers, the guy who hates the Raiders. They're used to their system. But it's going to take a bit for Antonio Brown to pick up Gruden's system. It's going to take a bit for Terrell Williams to pick up the system. So Carr's got it in my mind. So hopefully the receivers will get it too. And at least we're ahead of the game there. But I still see that because of the complications in this system and because of the Gunther's defensive system, which is different than what we were running. The good thing is that the defenders have a year in it already. The offense, the people that are here have a year in it already. It's still going to take about, I want to say it's going to take about midway through the season until we see the new parts and pieces gel together. And I'm hoping we see some of that by the time we go out to London, because that's week 5, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 4 preseason games. But remember, I want to see I want to see these guys actually play a little longer in the preseason to get it, to see what we got. I want to see what they're looking at after the first month, and then I want to see what they look like in London. Because I tell you what, it's going to be a very tough schedule because we got that 6 weeks away from 6 weeks away from Oakland. It's going to be a while. I mean, we got the Chiefs and the Donkeys right off the bat. Then we got I think we got Minnesota and who's that other away? Oh, Indianapolis. Okay, those are 2 playoff teams right there. And then we'll see what happens. Dante, we'll see how the Raiders run. And I mean, it's going to be come down to, and this is answering your question as well, and it's answering what Dante was talking about. It's going to be a bit for the Raiders to gel, but I really think that by the end of this year, going into Vegas, that the Raiders should have the wherewithal, the players, and the pure gumption of being a playoff team in 2020. I don't see it happening this year, but I see the Raiders being a hell of a lot better this year. And I really think that can happen. That's not, and I'm not a guy that's in rose-colored glasses. Like I said, 7-9, 8-8. But we'll see what happens. Thank you, Dante.
I honestly think what's going to be the most important thing between Derek Carr and Antonio Brown is going to be the ad lib, because I think Antonio Brown does a whole lot of ad lib going, hey, I'm going here, you know my route, but I'm going to be a successful receiver. Look for me. And I'm actually very curious and excited about that.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Antonio Brown can run routes. If he wants to, and there's the operative word, if he wants to, he runs really good routes. His problem is that sometimes he breaks off the route and does the ad lib maybe a little bit before he should be doing that. And he had that rapport with Ben, although you can tell at the very end that Antonio Brown could not stand Ben Roethlisberger. Now it's an issue. There's a lot of things going on in Pittsburgh, and I firmly believe that they're not going to be this good this year, and that the Browns are going to run away with that division. I can just see it. The Browns are going to be a very good team, and I think Brown and Bell bailed from that team at the very right time. Okay. But we need to make sure that Brown doesn't bail on the route before he should. And I'm hoping that happens. And I'm hoping he's going to be a distraction. I'm just hoping it's not so much that it's a royal pain in the ass.
I don't think so much. I think that if him and Carr can get together and develop that, that translation, that language, that could be very powerful.
Okay. I think it can be. And we'll see. I mean, they're doing a lot of that this year in the offseason, and I see that. So again, I'm of a mind that I want to see what we have. I want to see it on the field. And again, I'm saying right now we haven't even had the draft yet, and I'm saying 7-9. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But until I see it, I'm going to hedge my bets on being not super pessimistic, but definitely one that's going to hold back on a lot of optimism. So if they have it, great. And I think Antonio Brown is one of the best receivers in order to have that good portion with you. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll happen. And I'm gonna answer a question here as well. Nate Gunn was talking about Eddie Vanderdoes. We'll see if he comes back. I mean, he is a cog in our defensive line, but we'll see if there's a spot for him. And as far as Bryce Love at 35, that's way too high for Bryce Love. I think Bryce Love, if he would have came out after his junior year, would have been a first rounder. With that injury right now, Bryce Love to me is a fourth, fifth round running back, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, Mike. What was or Mr. Lee? What was your other question?
No, I only had one. I just wanted to say after this, thank you for your time, Captain Jack, and hell yeah, Raider Nation, let's do it.
Thank you, there, shipmate. Hey, thanks for calling in, brother. And you, like I said, hopefully you'll subscribe and you'll be one of my regulars. I definitely love to have the folks that comment on. And thank you for calling in and get the word out, man. Once we get rid of these trolls, we'll have wall-to-wall calls from real people. It'll be a lot better show for sure.
Already done.
All right.
See you later, man.
Hey, thanks again, brother. You take care.
You too.
All right. That's Mike Lee, who let me know that he was calling in. So I was looking for that 505. So again, and thank you there, Cheryl, saying, yeah, the sound is better over here. I keep telling people that. That's why I said, if you're on Facebook, thank you for being here, but please come over to YouTube. The sound and audio is a hell of a lot better. Won't be a distraction. You tell he wants to play. I hope, Mike, because here's the thing. Remember when Jerry Rice was on the team and he let the consecutive reception streak, it ended. And he was so pissed off that he threw his helmet and he was just livid. Okay. Antonio Brown is kind of like a Rice in that respect, is that he wants the damn ball. Okay. I want to see Antonio Brown not be so into himself that when Terrell Williams gets the ball and gets that long reception, and Antonio Brown maybe has one or two catches that game, but the Raiders win, that he accepts that it's a team game and not everybody is going to get the ball every friggin' down. We got a good running game going on. We will have a good running game. So we'll see if the Raiders as a team can get their everybody together, and it'll be a great time for them. So we'll see. I think it can be done. Like I said, I'm an eternal optimist, but I got to see it. There you go, Mike. Thanks again, Mike. That's a good comment. Rice commanded it. AB wants it. We'll see, and we'll see if he's all that. I think he will be. I really do. I think that was. I mean, you look at who we picked up in the offseason. Antonio Brown, Trent Brown, two really good backup quarterbacks, Crowell at running back. Marshall and Burfict at linebacker, if they can stay healthy, and if Burfict doesn't get concussed, and if Burfict doesn't get suspended. We've got two really good linebackers there. We've been screaming for linebackers. Morrow at defensive end is a very good run-stuffing defensive end, okay? We picked up Devy, who is a very good offensive lineman from Kansas City, so it takes one of their strengths away from them and brings it to us. Devy is an upgrade over Feliciano. I mean that. He's an upgrade, okay? And obviously, we got Good back. We're going to be strong in the offensive line. I still think we're going to pick up a player or two. We picked up so many defensive backs. I mean, my goodness, it was Lawson and then the kid from the Rams at safety. Whitehead. Whitehead was playing well at the very end. Whitehead played a hell of a lot better once we got rid of that Joker, Irvin, too. Yeah, there you go. I agree with you, Mike. He can get as many flags. Well, not as many. But, if he gets a few flags for kicking ass and taking names, perfect, that's fine. Just not get suspended. But that if he has too many, he's going to get suspended. So it's just a matter of him playing within his realm. Anyway, the line is open. Thanks again for all of these wonderful calls. Dante McCullough, you're a Cowboys fan. We can talk Cowboys. In fact, I've been waiting for a Cowboys call because they're always an interesting team. There are the people that say that until Jerry Jones, and these are Cowboy fans that are my friends, that until Jerry Jones gets rid of the team, they're not Cowboys fans. And these are people that I know that have been Cowboy fans forever. But yeah, if you want to talk about your Cowboys, fantastic. And if you don't feel comfortable talking about it on a quote unquote regular Raider night, that's fine. Call in on Sunday for the You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. The callers drive the conversation. Okay. And that's why we're doing what we do. What else we got here? Ryan Nagel, thanks for coming in. Mike Fuller, wish we would have kept Bowman. Yeah, I think so too. But you know what? He outpriced himself there, Mike. And he outpriced himself because nobody signed him. Nobody signed him. If he would have even dropped his price, nobody signed Bowman. And that tells you all you needed to know. I called it and said the number had been disconnected. We've had some calls, Neil. I don't know why. Mike Lee just called it, and a couple of people called it. Try it again. Try again, Neil. Okay. Oh, good. Liz Devia gave me a spot. The Raiders won't allow cameras in their draft war room. I like that. I'd like that. I don't know why it said the number's been disconnected. What can I say? Hey, we've been on for an hour 40. We dealt with some trolls. That's on the backside. It'll happen. But again, if I know you, let me know you're calling in. Pats have the easiest travel schedule. That goes without saying. Brian, good to see you as well, partner. Okay, I called twice and said disconnect, went immediately to an intercept, so you should have my number. Neil, I tell you what. Okay, what number did you call, Neil? Hang on. I want to see if it even went through. While I open up my phone here, Neil. Stand by. Neil, I have no numbers from. I have a blocked number. I'm going to block all these numbers. Okay, let's see here. I'll figure out what I need to do. I got to block a bunch of these numbers. There's got to be a way. I'll figure it out later. I'm not going to do it now. Anyway, but Neil, I 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. Yeah, I'm not having phone issues. Try it again, Neil. And I don't see any number. I don't see a call from you here. because I got the folks that have been calling in. I got Mike and Frank and Ed Winchell. Okay. All right. I got a 707. 707, who am I talking to?
Hi, Captain. This is Raider Neil.
Raider Neil. Okay, good. I'm glad you called in, brother, and I'm putting you in my phone. So you will be there. You will be there, and you don't have to worry about the trolls hanging out with you. So I'm creating the contact. Awesome. How you doing, brother? What's going on with you? I know that you're always I appreciate all of your positives that I see on my page. So I'm very happy to finally get a chance to hear from you. And I got you in my phone now. And if the other person, the unknown caller, you're going to have to call back because I give everybody at least 5 minutes. Talk to me, Neil. What's going on with you, brother? Good to hear from you.
Well, I just want to say hi to Ed and Tommy and everybody, Jimmy and Farrell. Basically, Ed and Tommy already mentioned what I want to talk about. It's I've been a Raider fan since the 60s, but like most people in their late 60s, I have short memory term loss, but I'll think of something to say and won't remember it. But I'm a more positive type of person, so I'm going to give you my estimate. I agree with you. I think we'll probably get close to 8-8. But I have an issue because last year we were not out of very many games, right up through, and in some case in the middle of the fourth quarter.
Yep, that's true.
And last year we had a revolving door of injuries and players coming and going. So I think we have the pieces that with bringing in Antonio Brown, Trent, Joyner, all these guys, I feel confident we can make 8-8. And if the Raiders can win 8 games, Mr. Carr has confidence. With Brown, they won't stuff the box in front of him anymore. I truly believe we can win at least 10 games. I just don't see us winning 8 and stopping there.
No, I agree.
That's what I think.
And, you're right. And I'll even, if I remember correctly, let me see. I was at the Cincinnati game where we should have won that. I was at the Colts game at home where a fumble by who was it? Martin cost us the game.
Doug Martin.
A couple other. Let me see. I'm trying to remember a bunch of the other games. I remember, in fact, in Denver, early on in the season, we should have beat Denver in Denver. I think that was like week 2 or week 3, right?
Right, except for the heat. It was 100 degrees on the field, so that was what.
Yeah,
I think we had played a game earlier on Sunday.
Yeah, and I was at Miami too, and there was no way that we should have beaten or let the Dolphins beat us. So I'll give you that. There's 4 games right there that would have made us an 8-8 team. So I got that. So if it's a matter of conditioning, it's a matter of the players not playing up to I don't want to say up to their mental capacity, but remember, 90% of the game is mental. And then Yogi Berra said 90% of the game is mental and the other half is physical?
Well, now that's a good point. You brought up something that upset me last year with conditioning.
Yeah.
Where we lost out in the fourth quarter, and we never did really find out why the Raiders got rid of Kelly, the lady that was our conditioning coach. But do you think because of bringing in top-rated players, the big names like Joyner and Antonio Brown, that will light a fire under the lazy butts that we haven't gotten rid of already?
I think it will because, well, here's the thing, though. Remember, Gruden was in that locker room for a full year. Okay. And
true.
If you're not on the team this year and you were on the team last year, that tells me that there was something there that he didn't like. And I told people a long time ago because I had a source with a friend that knows somebody within the Raider organization that told me weeks upon weeks upon weeks ago that Cook was not coming back as our tight end because Gruden did not like the way he performed in the locker room. He did not like his leadership capabilities, and he just did not like him all the way around, and Jared Cook is gone. We lost Seth Roberts because of some reason. He probably made a little bit too much money, but you know what? We could have redid his contract. We lost Seth Roberts, and I like Seth Roberts, but there was something there that Gruden didn't like, and we picked up Ryan Grant instead.
Well, he had dropped some passes, I think, too.
Right. But then again,
maybe it was his work ethics.
Right, but there were a lot of people that dropped passes, and it was not just last year. In 2016 and 2017, if the Raiders didn't lead the league in drop passes, I know they were top 5. Got to be. Because remember, how many passes did Amari Cooper drop? Too many to count. How many passes did Roberts drop? A shit ton. How many passes did the other kid, number 16, the special teams guy, the guy that was really fast that caught that long ball in Denver, and then basically we never heard from him again? I can't remember his name. Number 16, the really fast wide receiver. Well, I know that's kind of redundant with the Raider wide receiver, but the Raiders were dropping passes way too often. And if you're not on the Raiders team this year, it's because Gruden didn't want you. And it's like I kept saying, he took a ship. I'm going to use a nautical Navy stuff because I'm an old sailor. He took the ship, okay? And he has the outsides that is passable, okay? Maybe we need to do some more work on the outside on the hull. But he gutted the inside. He gutted the inside, but he put the stuff that he liked on the inside still stayed, and he's going to add to it. And he's going to be doing that this year as he did it last year, and he's going to be doing that with the draft and free agency next year, which is why I really think that the Raiders have the capabilities. They could be a playoff team this year, but I'm not going to put the cart before the horse because I need to see it. And the team needs to do it. And until they do, it's just conjecture. I agree with you in the fact that they have the capabilities to be a better team last year. They should have been 8-8 at worst, but they're not. Okay. But the way I see it right now, we're 7-9. And until I see the product,
I agree with you on that. It's that's not hard to agree with. But I just have the same feeling that I had in 1980. And I don't have the money to do it anymore, but in 1980, I put down $500 on the Raiders. I think it was game 6. And I was about to die during the Cleveland game when we were in the doghouse. I had no idea we were going to catch that ball, intercept that ball. And, we came through the back door and won the Super Bowl. But, I mean, yes, I'm more optimistic, but I agree with you. We have to see what's going to happen. But let's talk draft. You brought up an interesting point because I had heard that before, that the Raiders might be interested in trading back with a couple of teams. And so let's say we get Williams or Farrell, somebody that I want. Would we trade the next pick or the 27th to the Patriots? And if we do, who would we get? Would we get Noah Fant and then a third pick?
Well, okay. The way that I've seen a couple mocks, and I'm not a super mock. I don't got enough time in the world to see all of these different mocks. But the ones that I have been seeing has like Hawkinson and Fant gone between 15 and 25. So those guys they might be there, but they might be there, but likely they're going to be gone by 24 or 27. Okay. Which is why if any of them, I think Hawkinson will be the one that goes first. If the Raiders get a tight end, at those numbers, I think it would be Fant. And then who was telling me? Jimmy Farrell was saying, I think it was Jimmy Farrell who said that the mock tonight had Fant going to the Raiders at one of those picks. Okay, I can see that. Or sorry, not Fant, but Irv Smith going into mock to the Raiders. So I can see that as well. Irv Smith is probably your number 3 tight end as far as if you do the tight end chart. So we'll see. But I can see the Raiders getting a tight end. But I think that if they trade back with the Patriots, I can almost guarantee you that Fant and Hawkinson are out of the equation, that they're gone. Irv Smith might be there at 32, maybe, because I've seen him late first, early second in a couple different things. But I also seen the fact that, like I said, Jacobs I've seen available at 24. I've also seen him gone by 27. So it's like it depends on if they really want Jacobs there. They might have to reach for him there. Okay. They're going to get, if they're not going to get the kids out of Iowa, if they're not going to get Irv Smith, there's a lot of good tight ends, but those are the ones that you hear about. But there are a lot of good tight ends available. In fact, they said that this draft is probably the heaviest in tight ends and defensive linemen, both ends and tackles, that they've seen in quite a while. So there's going to be a lot of good product available. So that's why I said if they can trade down, that they can get somebody and get a really good quality kid to come in. So but then again, if I'm trading with the Pats, I'm bleeding them dry. Like I said, I want a 1 next year. I want a 2 and a 3 with their 32nd, and maybe even another pick. I don't know, but I figure if I'm going to 32 from 27 or 24, Brian, I know I don't want to trade with the Patriots, but if it happens, because Brian's giving me comments while I'm talking to you, big guy. But if I'm going to bleed the Patriots dry, because remember, even
I agree with that. I don't think they should even get the 24th. It would be the 27th, and then we should get an extra pick because we don't have anything between, like, I think it's 36 and 105. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, but that's why. Well, that's why I said.
Third.
Yeah, I want to. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I want to get 32, their second, and their third, which means that we would have.
Okay, their third, yeah.
Yeah, so we would have 4, 24, 32, 35, whatever their second rounder is, and whatever their third rounder is. And oh, by the way, I want their 1 next year, because their 1 next year is going to be a lower round pick anyway, because they're making the playoffs. So that's going to be something in the 20s.
That would be a hell of a deal. That would give us 3 first-round picks.
Yep.
And a total of 7 picks next year.
Yeah.
So we would be in good shape for 2020.
I agree. And then again, and by the way, if you want a quarterback, 2020 is the draft to get him, because you got Herbert out of Washington or Washington State. You got Fromm out of Georgia, who will probably declare, and you got Tua. Although I'm not a big Tua fan.
There's a kid out of Oregon, too, that I like that might be a good guy, too.
Is that Herbert, the guy I was talking about?
Yeah, I think it is. It is. It might be. So.
Yeah, I knew. Sorry, I knew it was Pacific Northwest. I just had the state wrong. So yeah, Oregon's Herbert. Then you got Fromm out of Georgia. You got Tua out of Alabama. So there's a lot of good quarterbacks that are available next year in 2020. That's the draft I would get them. And by the way, whoever was saying to give me a bunch of likes, I appreciate it. Thank you. If you like what you see, tell people about it and like up on this. I definitely appreciate all that you do.
Well, Captain, this is here in the Pacific Northwest. It's what we call dinner time. So I got stuff on the stove. So I'm going to let somebody else call in. It was nice talking to you, and go Raiders.
Thank you there, shipmate. Thank you for calling in. I got you in my phone, so you'll have no problems next time. So thanks again for calling in, and go Raiders.
Excellent.
All right. That was Raider Neil. Good to hear from Raider Neil. We've been on for almost 2 hours, but I like, I can stick here for a little bit. I ain't going anywhere. But I know many of you are going to be joining the Raider Bear family in 4 minutes. I understand that. So if you're going to do that, I understand that as well. But if you want to, give me one more call. I'll take one more call at least before we go. And let's see, was he out? No, I guess he wasn't. So then, of course, did they get him? It was they were running back. Okay. Thanks again. It was Mike Lee. Thank you there, sir. And again, appreciate everybody that hits the likes. And again, what I like to see is that if you're here, subscribe. If you're over on Facebook, and I'm going to need to get back over to my Facebook, see what's going on there. I've seen Richard Freeman. Mario Marcel, thanks for coming aboard. Yeah, we're talking about the games that we lost. Again, I can only do so many comments. So, yep. Hey, thanks again to Nathan Gunn and Ricardo Padilla. Thank you there, sir. Who else is in here? Chris Lentz. Thanks again. No, Drew Lock. No. Just say no to Drew Lock. God, he's going to be a bust. Oh my God. No, Johnny, sacrilege. So I got another call. Let's see who this is. Unknown caller. Hey, 254, who am I talking to?
You are talking to the Raider Critique.
The Raider Critique. Okay. Hey, thanks again.
Yes, sir.
Let me get you in here. I'm telling everybody that when I get them on the phone, that I put them in my phone, so this way I know that they are not some troll caller, because unfortunately we've had some issues with that. But thanks for calling in, brother. How you doing?
Actually, not bad, man. I've been watching you probably for about, 15, 20 minutes now. Kind of like what a lot of the other callers are saying. I did have a question for you, though.
Okay.
What do we do with Eddie Vander Does? The dude's been hurt. Yeah, I know he's going to be coming back, but is he going to come back the same? Do we really need to waste our time on him? Or do we need to just go ahead and move on from this guy, maybe move on from Jelly and pick up somebody like Quentin Williams in the draft? I've got, quite a few questions about that.
Yeah, and actually, were you the same person that that asked about it over on Facebook?
What's that?
Were you the same gentleman that asked about it on Facebook there, Raider Critique? Because somebody asked about Eddie Vander Does on Facebook.
Yeah, that's me, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. Nathan Gunn, the Raider Critique.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Because I know that somebody asked about it, and I was just asking. I think I answered you, but I don't. If you didn't hear me, that's great. Here's the deal.
That might have been the time when I was on Twitter pushing you out. So yeah, I might have missed it.
No worries. Here's the deal. Eddie Vander Does was a very good to above decent player with UCLA, and then of course he had that critical ACL tear last game against the Chargers that we said goodbye to Jack Del Rio, and it took a while. It took a while for him to come back, and we kind of waited and we waited and we waited, and we just didn't get him. And then we IR'd him again for the season. Here's the thing: Eddie is a good player, but I think that he's going to have to show a hell of a lot this year because of the numbers crunch. Remember, we got. And I'm gonna go ahead and say we pick up Quentin Williams at 4. So we got Quentin Williams, we got Hurst, and we got Hall. Okay, we got 3 big tackles right there. Okay, we're getting better and set on end with Arden Key, Benson Mayawa, and then Morrow, who is our run stuffing defensive end that can probably slide in kind of like Richard Seymour did. So there's 6 guys right there, okay? And there's going to be more that are brought in, okay? Hankins is also back, and he's deserved. I mean, he played hellaciously last year, and he deserved that extra contract that he got. So remember him
Absolutely.
as well. Now, Eddie Vanderdoes is going to be running into a bunch of numbers. Whether he can actually go through the numbers, I'd like to see it. I wish him no ill will, and I think he would be a fantastic player to go into that, as the Raider defensive lineman. But right now, I don't see him making the team, and that's unfortunate. But I really don't.
Well, yeah. Here's my problem, because I really don't know his contract details. But is there any way that we could possibly trade him away, even though with his previous injury with the torn ACL, would anybody take him off our hands and take that contract from us? Because, like you said, we're already stacked at the defensive line,
right?
Especially if we're going to go around and pick up Quentin Williams, which actually happens to be my favorite pick for the number 4 pick. Now, I also want DeAndre Baker, and I'm willing to reach for DeAndre Baker because we are lacking in the secondary. We got Daryl Worley, Darian Conley. We got that Duke Joyner that we picked up from the Rams, and then we've got Carl Joseph. We're going to probably try to run a lot of 5 defensive back sets because our linebackers, we don't have very many linebackers, but the ones that we do have on the squad are actually pretty good.
Yeah, when they're available, like I said, Brandon Marshall's going to be available. Yeah, Brandon Marshall's going to be a hell of a pickup, providing he can stay on the field. So,
well, see, I'm really not sold on Brandon Marshall, and let me explain to you why. He's from a division rival. Every time we pick up a division rival, like say Derek Johnson, when it comes to the defensive linebacker core, something like falls apart. I mean, I understand we're going to bring him in. If we do bring him in, he'll be able to help us with, say, the Donkeys. But is he over the hill to the point to where we're just going to waste money on him like we did with Derek Johnson? Because Derek Johnson was in and out, within 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if that's really a good pickup. If we're going to if we should really even get that guy, just for the simple fact that he's old.
I agree. I agree. And I said the same thing last year with DJ. I said DJ will be a good pickup, providing that he stays on the field and shows what he can show. But yeah, he definitely was a bust pickup. And it's unfortunate, and he was gone. But we got rid of him. We figured it out. It was a mistake, and he was gone. And, it really didn't hurt except for whatever we put into that contract on that 1 year. And, we didn't really get a lot out of him. But, I honestly, I don't know what Marshall's contract is. But I'm sure it can't be that much. I mean, maybe let's say maybe it's $5 million. And again, I'm just throwing a number out there. Is that a lot for a player that we might have to cut bait with? Maybe, but is he worth $5 million if he pans out? Yes. Is it worth $5 million to cut his ass if he doesn't pan out? Probably. So it's probably a win-win.
If we sign him for $5 million and then cut him, don't we take that cap hit?
Yeah, we do.
Depending on the guaranteed money, right?
Yep, depending upon what was guaranteed. And again, I threw $5 million out there. I don't know what his contract is.
Right. Well, I'm thinking, upwards of $5 million, could be $8 million. I'm thinking, you know what I mean, just because of the name of the player and what he's done in the past.
Yeah.
John Gruden has been known to reach when it comes to veteran players.
Yes, he has.
And I really don't know if that's a good idea. I think we could find a linebacker in the draft that can get the same production for a lot less money. And, I was having an argument on Twitter today about who was it I was arguing with Kenny King about? Jamadon Clowney.
Oh.
There you go.
Jadeveon Clowney?
I don't want Jamadon Clowney.
No.
The dude's going to run up to upwards of $19 million.
No.
He's an underachiever.
Yeah.
Regardless, and he's injury prone.
Yep.
And I understand that he was only gone 3 games, but with a guy that came into the draft, with Khalil Mack, he was the number 1 overall pick in that draft. Mack ended up being better.
Yeah.
So he actually chose the right guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to see us backpedal to pick up a guy like that who could possibly go down, especially for $19.5 million, when we could use that money to cover up the injury plagues that we normally get throughout the season. Because think about it, $19.5 million, we can get 4 or 5 players for that, if not more, to cover that spot.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, by the way, I have to say this because if you want to knock out my boy Critique, the number is right there, 813-609-0834. But you got to knock him out. You got to call in. I agree with you there. I want no part of Jadeveon Clowney. Now, here's why I say that is I would have said before the draft that maybe I would have thought about that, but considering what we could possibly pick up, we can pick up Farrell, we could pick up Dexter Lawrence, we definitely can get Quinnen Williams, we can definitely get either Quinnen Williams or Josh Allen or Nick Bosa, who I hope that we don't get, but that's a possibility. But we're going to get one of those 3 guys, and then maybe Sweat, Williams, Farrell, and Dexter Lawrence. We're going to get or have the capabilities to get 2 stud defensive linemen in those first couple picks. So do I want Jadeveon Clowney, who has injury concerns and thinks so much of himself that, he's going to outprice us? No, I don't want no part of it. And by the way, I will say this. Ray Lewis, before the draft, stated that the best defensive player in that draft was Khalil Mack, and Ray Lewis was 100% correct.
Absolutely. And I've learned to trust Ray. I've learned to trust Ray, even though he was a Raven. And I was screaming it all year when we drafted Khalil Mack. We got the better end of the deal. So I don't understand why anybody would want to give Jadeveon Clowney the same amount of money that we were trying to give Khalil Mack, knowing, obviously, that he's not as good.
Right.
Now, and I don't want to keep you on here because I know you got other calls that you got to do, but what about Arden Key? I saw pictures of Arden Key. Arden Key looks like he's done thinned down a lot. I think we need to feed him some peanut butter because the dude's starting to look like me. He's real skinny. Matched up to Vontaze Burfict, it's like night and day. Vontaze Burfict is a lot wider, looks a lot more built. I mean, do we want Arden Key to start?
Well,
I kind of want to push him to start, but I want him to get bigger.
Yeah, no, what I would like to do with Arden Key is I would like to use him with the way Smith was before he had his issues. The number 99 that was what was it? No more. Was it No More Smith? What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Number 99.
Yeah, the Smith.
Smith.
Yeah. No more Smith. But there might be using that body profile for him, but I want him to be a situational twitch defensive end. I think that if we use him in that regard, he'll be a lot better. But we also I agree, I don't think he should be so damn skinny that you can break him in half. But it's up to the Raiders coaching staff. It's up to the Raiders weight training staff. It's up to them to figure out what they want to do with him. But if they're going to have him be that skinny, then, and again, I haven't seen these pictures, but yeah, I mean, go to tell him to go to Brooklyn and go to the Jewish neighborhoods and the Italian neighborhoods, and the moms will walk out and say, "Boy, you need to eat. You're so skinny. We need to eat you." And they'll give him some food.
Right. Yeah, I mean, because something's got to be done. The issue that I had with him is that he over pursues.
Yes.
And
he's
as long
too
as
quick.
he can keep that under wraps, we can throw him in the defensive end contain. We can even drop him back into coverage and blitz the dude like, say, Carl Joseph, who hits like a Mack truck. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. I honestly don't see very many holes with everything that we have done. Because let's just be real. If Mayock drafts like he trades, we are golden.
I hope so.
And me too. But anyway, Captain Jack, I appreciate you letting me on here, man. And I appreciate you talking to me. You've got a listener for life. And I'm going to push you on Twitter and I'm going to push you on Facebook as much as I can, man. I want to see if we can get more than 20 people in here.
Thank you there, partner. I much appreciate it. I appreciate all your help. And hey, call back anytime. I got you in my phone, so I know you're not a troll.
Yes, sir. All right, absolutely. A Raider Nation. Hey, man, it's all about the Raider Nation for life, baby. Have faith. We've got this. I'm thinking 10-6, but I'm also going out on a limb, and I'm saying 12-4. We're taking the division.
Ooh, well, I partner, I hope you're right, and I hope I'm wrong.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You have a good one, Captain Jack.
All right, you take care. Thanks again there, Nate. You take care.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. That's Nate Gunn, Raider Critique from Texas. It's good to have calls that are real. So, and I've been looking at everybody here. It's great. I don't know, Brian, and I'm trying to do comments. I'd like to get Gerald Williams. We'll see. Like I said, I really think that like I said, we're gonna get one of the Clemson linemen with the 24 or the 27. I think that they're available. Oh, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. We still got 10 people in here, but I mean, I know it's because Bear's on. So again, if there's any more callers, I'll give you 2 minutes because we're going to be rolling through around like 2 hours, 15 minutes. If you want to call in, give me a call now. If not, then we'll wrap it at 2:15. And again, I thank everybody for being here. Thank you for getting the word out. Thanks everybody here. Ryan Nagel, all done. There you go, all done. I couldn't remember his name, and that's because he was. It would have been great to have him on the team, but the kid just had too many issues. Yeah. No, Nate, you're good to go. I give everybody at least 5 minutes, and then if we're not in the middle of a conversation, I try to say, hey, if you want to knock somebody out, I give everybody 5 minutes. Now the trolls, no. But I even until I knew that they were a troll, I'm just waiting for their question. And again, it's unfortunate because we started tonight's show with what would have been a really good question with the Saints and the Rams. And then whoever was caller had to use the N-word. And we had about 3 other people use the N-word. I can't stand that. Cannot hack that. Can't hack that. So thanks for everybody that's here. Looking like we're going to end the show, which is okay. We had a good show. And I didn't get a chance to do this last time. But let's do this as we end the show, getting a chance to have some outro music. And I wanted to do that last time again, but we had the trolls in on that. So we had the intro music, we had the outro music. Can't wait to get my Bose speakers in. I appreciate y'all coming aboard. And if you're not there already, go on over and watch The Bear. The Bear is obviously on at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And I know he's probably getting into the show. And I know I've enjoyed it. And let's do this again on Sunday. Sunday we'll have another chance to go out and do this. So again, we'll see you on Sunday. And until then, yeah! Raiders, baby. Take care. We'll see y'all Sunday.